Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft here on the channel. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Okie doke. Our opening pack has some good cards in it. We've got Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon as our rare, which is playable if you have some really good dragons, but not a card I like to first pick. There is Purging Stormbrood, which is really good, but a lot of the strength is tied into that white combat trick mode. Then there's a Dragon Sniper, which is a really good creature. There is Quarry Mountain Stalwart as an aggressive guy. Frontier Bivouac is good fixing. Dispelling Exhale is one of the best blue commons, good interaction. And Piercing Exhale is one of the best green commons, really good interaction as well. So lots of things to consider. One of the things when you have a tricky pick is just try to figure out the best card in each color. So for example, I would take Dragon Sniper over Piercing Exhale, so that eliminates one of those cards. I think that Dragon Sniper is a little bit better than Dispelling Exhale too, and it's also a very flexible card, fits well into any green deck. So I'm going to take it over something like Purging Stormbrood, which is solid, but I think this card is nice flexibility and just a nice card overall to start your draft with. It fits best into defensive decks, but it can fit anywhere really. Okay, so we've started off with Dragon Sniper. A lot of the times the best home for this is some sort of teamer deck, but we should still remain a little bit open. It is only one pack. Here there is a Teamer Monument, which is a good card for Teamer decks. Gets the fixing involved, gets you a card that can be a nice late game threat. There's also Loxodon Battle Priest, which I like, but is a little bit weaker. You should be able to get these a little later. Then other than that, I mean, there's Sarkon's Resolve, which I like. There's a land, but this pack is pretty weak. Fleeting Effigy is good in specifically red-white, but does not go in the same decks as Dragon Sniper, and is not strong enough to pull me away from the Dragon Sniper. So I think I'll take the Teamer Monument. Dragon Sniper is a good card to play with Teamer Monument because you get on board early to stop some scary aggression, and then you get to play your Monument to fix your mana. Sarkon's Resolve is good. Swiftwater Cliffs is nice. And we're not like committed to Teamer, it's just this is the best card in the pack. Pick 3, though. Wow. So, no good green cards, so that's worth noting. But there is a Dalkovan Pack Beasts. There is a Marshal of the Lost. There is a Jeskai Shrine Keeper. Those 3 cards are all excellent, and I'm going to be taking one of those, I think. Evolving Wilds is the most flexible card in the pack, but one of these 3 is going to be a premium card in my deck. This card only goes well in red-white. Maybe I could play Marshal of the Lost in some sort of Abzan deck. Then Jeskai Shrine Keeper would be like a splash in my Teamer deck. Though green isn't seeming open, so I think I'm just going to take Marshal of the Lost and see if I can try to build an Abzan deck, just because it's kind of cool to try out Abzan if it's open. I don't know if I want to go into red-white. Jeskai Shrine Keeper is demanding a lot of my mana right off the bat, and I'm not even sure if I'm playing Teamer yet. And then Evolving Wilds is like just lower power level. So I think Marshal of the Lost is a fine pickup, especially if we want to try something interesting. Kishla Trawlers now is the best card in the pack by a large margin. There's that, Tranquil Cove. But I wouldn't be able to take the Tranquil Cove. So even if I'd taken the Jeskai Shrine Keeper, I still would be taking the Kishla Trawlers here. There's also Champion of Doosan, so we could, if we were trying to build this more like beatdown focused like Abzan deck, we could take a Champion of Doosan, but we're still just taking the best card out of the packs. Seeing what we shall see. And now there's a Jeskai Monument. There's also a Caustic Exhale. So, a little bit of a turning point here. We did pass the Jeskai Shrine Keeper. We're not seeing a ton of green here, which would kind of be a way to end up in these decks. There's a Rugged Highlands. Wayspeaker Bodyguard can get back seeing things like Dragon Sniper. I think if I'm going to be taking Marshal of the Lost, I need to be willing to take a 5th pick Caustic Exhale to go with it, I think. And I think 5th pick Caustic Exhale is a bit of a signal, so I haven't played a lot of black decks, but I kind of want to get a little bit more reps with them. So we will see what we shall see. Desperate Measures is fine. There's a Durgar Island Dragon. There's Bloodfell Caves. This is a weird draft, but I think we'll just take the Desperate Measures. It's a good card. We could be like a green-black base. Sandskitter Outrider makes a couple cards with Marshall. I think Desperate Measures can be good. Now there's another Marshal of the Lost over Yathen Tombguard. Yathen can be pretty okay if you have counter synergies, but counter synergies are hard to come by. Then Piercing Exhale is really good. Maybe I'll just take the Piercing Exhale. I don't have a single other green card, though. Marshal of the Lost, eh? Let's just get a second one of these. I don't have to be green. Aggressive Negotiations, maybe, in my black-white mid-range deck. I kind of hate the sound of that, honestly, black-white mid-range, but could be an interesting thing to try. So let's do it. We wield Piercing Exhale. Maybe Abzan is the way we're going to go. We don't have any white cards except for Marshall. Kintree Nurturer can go well with Marshall. Fell Deathgorger could be nice in a counter-style deck. I kind of want to try this deck. I haven't played it for a while. I think I have a good understanding of the strong cards for it now. I kind of want to try Delta Bloodflies in it. I think this card's bad normally, but maybe could have some potential. And I don't think 100 Battle Veterans very good. I'd rather just play this as my 4-drop top-end card. And Bloodflies into Aggressive Negotiations sounds like an interesting curve at the very least. Bloodflies into Feral Deathgorger. So I could be black-white, or I could be black-green splashing white for Marshall, which seems a little bit more likely. Let's just take the red card in case we go towards Mardu. Okay, Sandskitter Outrider. Or Dozient Earthcarver. I'll take Dozient. I think it's better. And I already have some 4-drops. Okay. So this pack has Shocking Sharpshooter, which is great. Dragon's Prey, which is good removal, but we're just going to take Traveling Botanist. This card can like take over the game on its own. Really, really nice 2-drop in the format. Duty Beyond Death is a card I could consider splashing if I got some synergy pieces with it. Naga Fleshcrafter is really good as well, but we're going to just try to build this deck. Wheeling a Piercing Exhale is nice. Getting a late Dozient Earthcarver. This kind of helps me go wide with the Marshall. But yeah, I like the Botanist a lot. Destroy target online permanent. This is a great card, but I'm not trying to get that ambitious. I think Snakeskin Veil is really important to this deck. Like, it's an essential card, but I'm just going to take the Formation Breaker, I think, over the Gurmag Rakshasa. I think this is the deck that I want a Formation Breaker more than any other. A black-green kind of aggro deck. Feral Deathgorger is going to play well with my Exhales. But yeah, this card, turn 2 this into turn 3 Aggressive Negotiations. Take their best thing, make a 4/4 attacker. Seems like it could be really nice. I'm going to wheel the Delta Bloodflies. Kintree Severance is great removal. Oh, right, there's a Sandstep Citadel here. I don't think I'll struggle to get removal in this color combination. That's one of the things this color combination does the best. So a 3-mana removal spell is not exactly what I want. I already have a couple removal spells. Getting a land that's going to really help my mana out is just what I want here. I would take, I think, the land over Kintree Severance as well. And I'm going to wheel the Delta Bloodflies and just be the Delta Bloodflies deck. Not that anyone else is really fighting me for that. Cruel Truths. Dragonback is not a card I want to splash. I guess I'll take Roamer's Routine, though that's also not a card I really want. I could take Cruel Truths. None of these cards are very appealing. Armament Dragon or Blossoming Sands. And then Abzan Devotee hopefully wheels. I think I'll take the Armament Dragon. I like Loxodon Battle Priest a little bit. Blossoming Sands would be nice, but I'm playing black-green, splashing white. This is going to be the perfect top-end card. And hopefully I can wheel an Abzan Devotee. Blossoming Sands will not come back, but... Heronation. That's a card. That is a card. Caustic Exhale is good. Synchronized Charge would be sweet in this deck. I'm seeing a lot of cards that I'm kind of interested in, but getting back a good threat. I don't have a ton of like ways to self-mill or anything like that, but I kind of want to try Parination. It's a mythic rare, getting it 6th pick. Caustic Exhale would be great. I think I would take it over Synchronized Charge, even though I would love Synchronized Charge. I do have to be worried about my mana a little bit, because I don't have any fixing, really, except for the Sandstep Citadel right now. Maybe I was supposed to take the 3 mana fixing. Luckily, a lot of my cards are late-game splash cards. There's a Stalwart Successor now. There's a Salt Road Pack Beast, which isn't really good in my deck. And then there, yeah. I don't want to take the Stalwart Successor. Kind of want to just keep taking Marshals of the Lost. Marshall's just better. Now there's a Reputable Merchant, which I think is a bad card, but we might need it. Duty Beyond Death. We'll take 3 Marshals of the Lost. My white splash is a full-blown commitment now. I have 5 white cards. Snakeskin Veil is huge, just what I'm looking for. I would love Gurmag Rakshasa, but I think Snakeskin Veil is crucial to this deck. We wheeled Delta Bloodflies, but we got the Abzan Devotee back as well. So we will be thrilled to get that. Roamer's Routine wheeled, not surprising. And we got back the other Devotee. I would love Leopard, but Devotee is just what I need to make my mana a little bit more functional. So now I can get a Jungle Hollow. The Dalkavan encampment is fine, even in this deck, but the Jungle Hollow is perfect. I need more mana. And Aggressive Negotiations probably will wheel, and I kind of still want to try that. Now I'm going to take Snakeskin Veil. I do still think this is the most important card for me. A 1-mana way to stop my opponents from interacting with my key cards. Getting 2 Devotees is also huge for me. Yathen, Trade Route Envoy, Great Erishan City is really good. I kind of want to take Great Erishan City. Yathen Tomb Guard is interesting. It might wheel. I think I'll just take the city. I have plenty of playables. I don't love this card. I think going all in on the counters stuff is a little bit of a mistake. Like, I'll have just enough count. I don't really even want to play Reputable Merchant. I'll have just enough counters to make the Delta Bloodflies work. Maybe. I might not even have that. The dog is pretty solid in the right build, but this is my 4-drop of choice. And City's a really good card with that. It is funny just to consider playing this card. It's like this card plus this card. Bad card plus like card that's more of a sideboard card combined. Okay, we'll take Caustic Exhale now over Hardened Tactician. We don't really have a lot of tokens. Anyway, this card's just like a solid like attack enabler. Like you play this and then you can attack for however much. It's not as good in this deck as it is in a Mardu deck, but we'll see what we shall see. This card could be fine. It plays well with Parination. There's also Nightblade Brigade, which plays better with Marshal of the Lost. There's Krumar Initiate. We have 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to take the Einok Wayfarer. Just to help out my mana a little bit. Like dig for lands, fill my graveyard a little. Okay, worthy. The Severance Priest can be pretty reasonable. Plays well with Snakeskin Veil. It doesn't play great if you're trying to take a good card from them, though. Venerated Stormsinger. I kind of want to try Severance Priest, though. I do have the 2 Snakeskin Veils to help protect it. Okay, now there's a tough pick. There's Synchronized Charge, which I think would be good, but I think I just have to take the Devotee. Because it's just another source of white mana for me, and I do have a pretty heavy splash. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I kind of regret this pickup a little bit, but... Wow. Pick 8? Hollowmurk Siege is kind of crazy. I would love another Snakeskin Veil. I would love a Wayfarer, but this is insane. We wield the Aggressive Negotiations. Perfect. And there's a Desperate Measures, but I don't even think that's that good in my deck. I think I'd rather have Sand Skitter. Creature count is pretty... Yeah, let's take the Sand Skitter. Trade Route Envoy now, so we don't even need to play the Sand Skitter. Sagu Pummeler is pretty reasonable. I don't like the Rain Rail Rejuvenator. I think this deck is interesting. I'm glad I didn't take the 3/2 Menace guy. I think he's just a little bit worse than the other cards I had available. Don't really want the Outrider. Should have better 4-drops. This is 45 cards. We have to make some cuts. I really want to try the Aggressive Negotiations Delta Bloodflies combo. I don't think Desperate Measures is that good. I want to keep my creature count high, but I can cut some creatures. Maybe I can cut the Reputable Merchant. I don't think that card's very good. I don't even have a ton of synergy with it. I have the Bloodflies and Formation Breaker, and then I have the 2 Aggressive Negotiations to curve into. Trade Route Envoy could be pretty reasonable in this deck, but I could also just cut my 4-drops. Could also cut a Marshal of the Lost. Make the splash a little less reliant. Severance Priest plus Snakeskin Veil to protect it seems like a good combo. I feel like I have a decent amount of counter synergies. Got the Earth Carver and the Pummeler. Then my mana is mostly not white. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white cards. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sources. Yeah, I didn't really see a ton of lands that I could take. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sources for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white cards. Seems okay. I kind of want to try Parination. I don't know how good it is, though. Then I have 1, 7, 8, 9 black sources. Yep. 6, 7, 8 green sources. Yep. Well, we will try this and see how it does. Definitely a weird build and some cards that I don't normally play, but hopefully it works out, and we'll get some reps with it at the very least. So I hope you enjoyed the draft portion. I'm excited to see how it does, and I'll see you in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel and my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon support helps me make high-quality content on a consistent basis that will help you improve at draft and have more fun playing Magic the Gathering. Patrons also gain access to exclusive bonus resources like my card-by-card tier list, where I grade every card in the set on an A through F scale, and my Format Thoughts document, where I provide extra insights and stuff that I'm thinking about while playing the format. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep this hand. I was theory crafting a deck like this, like yesterday, which is why I'm kind of excited to try it out, where basically you just play a lot of the, you play like some of the weird counters cards, and then you just really prioritize Snakeskin Veil to protect them. And then this card's one that I want to try as well. They can counter this. Sure. Okay, so a couple Dragonstorms. I can kill this if they play that. They don't have white mana yet. They're just mono blue right now. They don't have red mana yet. Let's just get rid of the Dragonstorm. That one's pretty scary. The Globe unlocks their hand. Unfortunately, I have drawn too many lands here. I kept a 3-spell hand. I've drawn 1 spell, 2 lands so far. And they're going to get a 1/1, sadly. I never get priority. Yep. This is the downside with this sort of deck. Though I will say, if I drew Marshall, that would be okay. So they would just get rid of it. It's kind of a desperation move from them. Ishla Trawlers, sure. Getting back Riverwalk Technique, sure. Definitely don't need to draw it. That's totally fine with me. So I'm just going to wait and play this on my main phase, because I do not want them to have a counter unless you pay 2. And the blood flies coming in. Not great here, but adds to the clock. If I draw one of my +1/+1 counter cards, it will be good. Okay, Wingblade. Thank goodness they didn't have a follow-up spell. This is not a late game card, shall we say. Gosh, we're so close. 6 mana? No, what do they have? Okay, the Durgar Island Dragon, sure. This is bad. This is really bad. No! They get the 1/1. This is so bad. Gosh, we couldn't just win the game. We had to get hosed. That's a heck of a draw, though. Okay, so put a counter here, so they have to block this guy. Put 2 counters here. And then if they block this guy here, so they block there, there. So this would take them down to... So if I attack with just the 3/3, they lose their 5/5. Or they double block here. So if I attack with this and this, then they go block there, double block there. So if I attack with all 3, they go block here, jump there. Because they want to keep their Wingblade Disciple and they want to keep their dragon. But losing their dragon, like if I keep my Dragon Sniper and I lose this guy, I can make a 1/1 next turn. It might have made sense to put a counter on the Bloodflies so that they couldn't just eat it with their Wingblade Disciple. But I wanted them to not be able to double block the Dragon Sniper. So it's a tough choice. And if this dies, I get a 1/1, so I don't really care as much. I could have just put a counter on the Bloodflies instead of the Devotee as well, but I wanted to have another lethal threat, but I guess it would have been a lethal threat. No, I choked it. I forgot the Bloodflies was going to drain them for 1 to make this guy a lethal threat on his own. Oh my gosh. Punt. That was a mistake. I realize now because the Bloodflies drains them even if it doesn't hit them. So I was trying to make everything a lethal threat. And if I'd put the counter here, they all would have been lethal threats. So they would have had to go block, block, block. But as it was, I choked it. No. Because then they would have gone block the 1/1 here, chump here, or whatever. Yeah, as it is now, they have a line to live. I really choked this game. I really botched it. Gosh darn it. I think I win this game if I play it better. Yeah, now I lose. Yep. I needed to keep the Bloodflies. I mean, even there, I might still lose there because they kill the Bloodflies. They kill my 2/1 still, and I still have this guy. But they wouldn't have had the Wingblade Disciple. The Wingblade would have had the jump block. Now that they've got their dragon engine going, I think I lose. Oh, man. I shouldn't have done that either. Gosh, that's frustrating. Milling Paranation's also bad because Paranation getting back Bloodflies was a win con for me. You're kidding me. Oh my gosh. I wish... Oh yeah, this game's over. I don't know if I would have won even if I'd done it better, but I definitely messed up. I've never played with blood flies, so I just hadn't done the math properly. But if I'd killed the Wingblade Disciple, I'd actually have a shot here. And I would have definitely killed it, so... Yeah, we'll scoop it up. Gosh! Oh, we had him. We had him. If they didn't have Wingblade, I would have been able to make the 1/1 tokens to overwhelm them. Though I still would have lost to Bewildering Blizzard. They wouldn't have had to use it that way, probably. Because they would have gone block Durgar Island Dragon on 3/3, block 1/1 on that. I don't know. They wouldn't have blocked the Durgar. Oh, gosh. Yep. If you punt, you get punished. That was terrible. That was so bad. I totally had him. If I draw a Holomark Siege... yeah, I don't have any reach in this deck, really. I don't know why I did it like that, too. I mean, I know why I did it like that. I was like, oh, I want Abzan Devotee to be lethal on its own. And I don't want them to be able to single block the Dragon Sniper. But it literally was just like, put the counter on the Bloodflies instead. They can't chump it. And then all of a sudden, they're at 2. I have 3 lethal attackers. They have to block all of them, and I win. Gosh. It's so tricky. Magic's a hard game, but when you just blow it like that, it's really hard to recover from psychologically. That's like my weakness in Magic. Is if I make a bad play, I just can't get it out of my head. It's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Kind of vibes. So we will play the Devotee so we can play turn 3 Severance Priest. And then we'll protect it with Snakeskin Veil the rest of the game. For as long as we are able. And they have a counterspell. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Gosh darn it. Feels bad. And this is why you don't play Abzan. Because you try to play your little tricky combos and stuff, and your opponent just plays a counterspell into a Sibzik Appraiser, and you've already lost the game. It's like, why would you ever try to do this? They didn't even take a Dragon Sniper, so they have something better than a Dragon Sniper. Because you just have no value in your deck. Like, they are up a card now, and I just, like, have nothing that's even close to that. Sure. There's a card. Okay. I'd actually be able to win this game. They're going to try to flash this guy in. I can kill it with my exhale. But then they just use their Teamer Monument. Ugh. Just going to do this instead. Because now they're going to try to use their Teamer Monument to block my guy. I'll get my guy back. And I shrink their dude. I'm so bad. I could have played the Abzan Devotee before. Oh my gosh, what a choke on that one. Paranation getting back my guy could be okay, though. It's a death touch attacker, so that's good. Get rid of the exhale for sure. They don't have all the colors. They don't have white mana, so they can't activate this. And they're dead next turn. Boom! Formation Breaker is actually a good card. Nice. Okay. Okay. We're learning. Formation Breaker plus Hostile Negotiations, eh? This is very experimental draft. I could be 2-0 right now, I think. I think I would have won that game. Do I want this guy? Do I want this guy? What cards have been bad so far? Honestly, nothing's been bad. I have been the bad one. I have played poorly. I don't know if Marshall is really what you want in this deck. In this archetype. I think I would take Snakeskin Veil over it in retrospect. I don't know if that was a pick that I made. But it is a pick that I would now make. Okay, this is an easy keep. Traveling Botanist and then Snakeskin Veil to protect it. That is the plan. Okay. It's so greedy. Hitting the land drop was huge, though. If I played the Devotee, though, I could have held up Snakeskin Veil. Like, I figured if they had a kill spell, they would have killed this, so that's why I was willing to make the attack. Maybe I'm wrong, though. But I definitely win this race. Nice. Drawing 2 cards with my guy. Sure. We're going to Caustic Exhale this next turn for sure. Potentially killing their mana can be really good. Like if they have like a black-red card, they can only play 1 mana for black or red. Haha. This is the deck. They just have accepted defeat. It is the make your big guy and then Snakeskin Veil to protect it deck. That is the entire purpose of this deck. That is why I should have taken Snakeskin Veil higher. I am learning a lot with this draft. First of all, I'm learning that Delta Bloodflies can win you games as long as you don't let the Bloodflies down. I'm also learning that Snakeskin Veil is the card you need in this deck more than pretty much anything else. Because you can kind of make a must-kill threat, I feel like. Like even a Bloodflies with a counter on it hits them for 3 a turn. With evasion. We've got it. We have the entire strategy here. Formation Breaker is definitely going to be better than Blood Flies, I think. Perfect. We can play this, and then we can play... Yep, let's do this. Hits harder. I'm so sad. Okay, now we can play Inoc. Definitely take the land. Next turn we can go Bloodfly Siege. Gosh, that was an unfortunate one for them to have. And then the Bloodflies will have their turn in the sun. Could be my growing threat. Negotiations into Snakeskin Vale could be good too. They can't flash back the channel Dragonfire just yet. Storm Shriek Feral, okay. I wish I'd drawn a land so I could do my thing, as they say. Sure. Definitely getting rid of the Kishla Trawlers. And end turn. Maybe I should have gotten rid of something else, because Kishla Trawlers doesn't have a creature to work with right now. But I feel like Kishla Trawlers is the best option, because then it can get back the deal too, or something. Knowing they have 2 removal spells really makes me want to make sure I diversify my threats. And because they have this, I don't want to play this Dragon Sniper. How do I get this pick 8? I don't know. Let's put the counter onto my Wayfarer. Crunch in, do this, do this. And now they're in a bind, because they could use this to kill one of my small guys, but then they're just dead. So they have to use their River Buke technique or whatever. And they're dead on board. I think. They don't have green mana. Boom. Well, I feel bad about losing the first round, but then I would have played different matchups in these next 3 rounds, so getting a few wins feels good. And, yeah. Getting a positive win rate with this deck would be really good because it's been a real learning experience. It's been like, okay, I'm trying out a bunch of cards that I've never played before, which is crazy to say because I've drafted this format a ton. But getting experience with every card in the set is really nice because then when you play in something that you really care about, like an Arena Open, you know, okay, this is how I want to draft this deck. This is the success formula that I'm looking for. I want to get early creatures that can pressure my opponents, and I want to then back it up with discard spell or Snakeskin Veil to get rid of their removal spells that are going to take care of my early threats. So like knowing that I want to go Formation Breaker into discard spell into hold up Snakeskin Veil the rest of the game, that's like a winning strategy. And like, sure, I might not draft this deck a ton, but I think if you get the 2 mana enchantment like the black-green one, that's kind of the recipe you're looking for, I think. Like that's how we've won all of our games, is getting the black-green enchantment going, getting the Formation Breaker going. And yeah. And we could have won all 4 of our games, I think. I think we would have won that one game if we had just put the counter onto the Blood Flies. Okay. Also knowing that Marshal of the Lost probably isn't the card that we want in this deck, but we're going to get some experience with it here anyway. Feral Death Gorge could be pretty good. Botanist is quite nice. Okay, so they're playing more of a control strategy. I think we're still in the aggressive role. Should have played Forest there. They're probably going to have a kill spell for this guy. I mean, they're going to try to kill this no matter what, even if I held up Forest for Snakeskin Veil. Let's get a card draw going. That's a good one. The Globe, okay. So they give their guy double strike. I'm certainly not blocking. Sure. So I go to 12. I'm going to cast Perenation next turn, so I think normally I would go Formation Breaker. But here I'm going to go Einok Wayfarer because I could mill something good. Yeah, I'll take the land. I'm going to get rid of the Shrine Keeper. Dealing with that sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, we'll mill that. And then we can use Perenation to get back our Dragon Sniper as a 1/1. Like, how are they beating that? Maybe I should have chump blocked. I don't know how. Yeah. We're gonna punch him down one at a time. One. Hexproof Indestructible. Like, this card's so hard to beat. It's a 1/1. It's my 1-drop that I have Perinationed. They can't tap it. They just had to like try to like go wide past it, I guess. So maybe I should have just chump blocked this guy when it was hitting me for 4. And the Marshal of the Lost means that it's going to hit them for 2 damage a turn. As long as they don't get trample from something. Okay. Marshal. Abzan. Gain a life. Chip in for 1. Actually 2. Sarkon, this is bad. They're starting to form an armada in the air. Yep. Oh, this is problematic. Snakeskin Veil, okay. So... 3, play. Bring this guy back for 3, play him for 2, play this guy. Yeah, I'm just going to do it like this for now. I could lose this game still for sure. This guy having double strike is really annoying. But this guy being hard to block is also really good for me because I can buff it up with my Marshal of the Lost. And they will not be able to stop it. So I should be able to kill them next turn as long as I don't die. Because, like, I attack with everything. This guy's going to get plus X number of attacking creatures you control. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so they won't be able to block it. And I have the Snakeskin Veil to protect it as well from the Durger. And so I know their only card in hand. They can't actually stop this. So that's huge. So this can get up to 6 power. So this guy can attack for 3. So it gets plus X number of attack creatures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So they're dead this turn. No need to do anything egregious. Boom. Another win. We've guaranteed a winning record with this crazy Abzan deck. Whew. This is why, I mean, you got to be able to move past your losses because I was like really down on it. I mean, you can see the emotional swings. I've gotten better at it a little bit. I mean, I used to be even worse at it. But I used to be like, man, I lost a game. I played badly. I can't even like bring myself to like, it's not even that I don't mind posting losses on YouTube. It's that I like sometimes like, man, I played so badly that I feel like posting this will just make people make fun of me. Which everyone's so nice. So nobody in the comments ever makes fun of me. Everyone's always like, oh, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. It's nice to see that other people make mistakes too. Da, da, da. But I'm just like, gosh, people are going to think I'm terrible. I'm like, you know, if people think you're terrible, they think you're terrible. But hopefully folks can appreciate me trying out different cards and trying new strategies. So that's always what I like to do. I like to show off what you can do with the different decks. I mean, we've guaranteed a winning record with this, which is kind of better than I thought for any deck that included Delta Bloodflies and 2 copies of Hostile Negotiations. I mean, those were cards that I had pegged as do not play these ones, but Hostile Negotiations has been a card I've been fairly happy to draw. Usually my opponents have something really good to take, and getting it exiled has been pretty nice. Ooh, we're going up against a Platinum player. That's nice. Okay. This is dicey, but we're keeping. We have a lot of creatures in our deck. This card is high risk, high reward. Drawing an Abzan Devotee would be absolutely perfect here. They're on a mulligan. Am I on the draw here? No, they mulligan to, yeah. Okay. We're going Abzan. We even have the Snakeskin Veil. So if we just cold rip planes off the top, we could be in good shape here. Or just a creature, like any creature. That is maybe the best creature to cold rip off the top here. Obviously, if we drawn it on turn 1, it would be better because we could have already attacked with it, but we are going to not complain. They left it on top. We'll save our Piercing Exhale for something that attacks for more than 1 a turn. I mean 2 a turn. Because it can kind of be used to kill anything right now. Yep, that'll be worth killing. Because remember, they can't block my little guys. My guy with their little 1/3 Death Toucher. It's not like it has Menace or something. So they're dead in 2 turns. I have a protection spell. They can't really interact with this combo. I don't think they can kill me in 2 turns. I mean, that's certainly not going to do it. Hitting me for 3. Formation Breaker was the card to draw here. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. Losing to that is so tilting, because this card's not even good. I'm just going to lose to it badly. The one removal spell that they could possibly have to not lose. Wow. And it only works because I never drew a Plains, or a White Source, or an Absent Devotee, or any creature, or anything. Gosh. That's so tilting. My gosh. Well, I guess I deserve to lose because I drew 2 spells the entire game. It's just, I can't believe it. Losing to that card is so annoying. Oh my gosh, there's the Plains I needed 10 turns ago. No, I should, yeah, I'm dead anyway, no matter what I do. That sucked. That was truly awful. I have about any card in my deck pretty much is good that game, except for the ones I drew. Like, if I draw any White Source, which I have 3 in the deck, so that's not infinite, but like, let's just look. So like, if I draw any of my White Sources, I'm fine. So that's 3 draws. If I draw any non-white spell, so I have a lot of non-white spells. I have like so many creatures I could draw. Aggressive Negotiations would have done it because I could have taken the card out of their hand. So I had, for that entire game, I had like, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 totally good draws that entire game. And I drew none of them. That sucks. My gosh. But that's how it goes. You win some, you lose some. I just drew all forests and swamps all the way down. It was a sketchy keep though, but I had my best card. And then I drew Formation Breaker, which was lucky. But like, hate to see it. I mean, that's the only card in the entire set maybe that gets them out of that. The only card. because they can't use a kill spell because I have Snakeskin Veil, and they can't make a blocker big enough to deal with it. Gosh. And it only gets them out of it because I drew badly. Though to be fair, if they did draw that card and they had a kill spell alongside it, which we know they did with the kin tree thing, they could have gone kill spell on my little guy, and I probably would not have Snakeskin Veil to protect. Though, like, if I draw planes, I can just see their hand, and I know that they, yeah. Well, that's just real brutal. Hate to see it. Okay. We will keep. Not the greatest hand in history, but it's got playable spells in it. I'm fully prepared to never draw a forest, but, you know, sometimes you lose games. You can't stop yourself. And you lose games when you mulligan, too, so. We'll just... And they mulliganed. Okay, we can just go plains and then play this untapped. I'm just going to kill that. It's going to hit me for like 3 damage. It could stop them from playing something else. Max punished, of course. Punished to the max. Okay, we will get rid of Rebellious Strike. Because Dalkovin can attack now, but I can block it. This thing costs 2 less, plus they have mana from this, so they can cast their Pack Beast now. Yep. No block. Okay. So next turn I can play this guy maybe. Try to hold back the Pack Beast as long as I can. Gosh darn it. Ooh, that's something. Oh, that is going to be good. I don't have a good feeling about this now. Okay. I do hate this, because they can just kill it with their Strike Master now. So I just die now. I'm just dead. Yep, I can Parination back whatever I want, and it does not matter. Oh, man. It like doesn't matter, they just make too many tokens, I die. I can block a token and live for one more turn, but it won't matter. because of the menace. Yep. Man, those losses were really frustrating. Like, I don't know. Felt like they kind of just had all the cards that lined up well with what I had. The first loss was my fault, I think. And then the other ones were just like, yeah. Oh, gosh. I did not draw my early creatures. If I'd drawn Abzan Devotee and then Aggressive Negotiation, I don't know. My opening hand was pretty bad. I could have made a couple of 1/1s there, but, like, I couldn't withstand the... I needed, like, one more turn. So I could make a 1/1 with Shaded City, bring back my 2/1, play that, and that would have been, like, maybe just enough, but I wasn't going to be close. Oh, my gosh. Sad day. Conclusions of the deck. I think if I could have cut these two for 2 more Snakeskin Veils and just better mana, that would have been good. The Sagu Pummeler might have been better than a Marshal of the Lost as well. This card might have been better than Marshal of the Lost. Marshal of the Lost was honestly really good in that one game where we really needed it to be good with Formation Breaker. Like, I think it was a solid card in the deck, but I don't think I should have prioritized it to that level. The Trade Route Envoy was mediocre. Yeah, I think you kind of want to go all in on one thing and then protect it. So that's kind of the lesson. But the deck ended up getting more wins than it lost, and one of the losses was probably my fault. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Parination was okay, but I think a cheaper card would have been better maybe. But yeah, that's going to do it for this draft. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe learned something about the Abzan deck and what it needs to be doing. I don't know if Bloodflies was great, but that into a negotiation seems like it has some potential. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, feedback, your sympathy. And to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video in the comment section down below. Lead hashtag all in, because we were really all in on our threats like Formation Breaker and things like that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.